Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a knife video for you. Now this is not a knife review or anything like that. It's just a little tip that might be helpful for anyone who has knives, which pretty much includes everybody on the planet, and who finds that sometimes your knife gets dull. I've got my Spyderco Persistence here, and let's see here. I'm going to demonstrate with a little bit of phone book paper. You can see that right now it wants to rip it rather than cut it very well. However, yeah, it'll cut a little bit, but it's not very sharp. So, if you have a ceramic coffee cup, you can actually sharpen your knife. Now, this knife is not that bad, and I'm going to be honest, this little tip works well for a knife that just needs to be touched up a little bit. If your knife is dull as a hoe, you're probably better off to get a slightly more coarse sanding stone, or sharpening stone, and start off with that and then move down to the coffee cup. But if your knife's just a little dull and you want to touch it up, this will work just great. And so all you want to do is run your knife along here a couple times. We're more honing rather than sharpening, so you just want to touch it up. And let me show you, I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of a gray line on there. That's actually the metal material that's being left behind on the ceramic. And so you've touched it up with the ceramic. Now it's still going to have a pretty rough edge on it, especially because this is rough ceramic. So it's nice. This is just a piece of leather. This is not, I have no abrasive compound or anything in here. I actually used the other half of this to make a strop, and this is the plain piece of leather. And now you can just take your knife and rub it on there a few times. And in fact, YouTuber Jay Davis demonstrates that even the palm of your hand like this will work for this process, just to clean up that edge and smooth it out. And now, if we take a piece of phone book paper, this is one I tried to cut on a little bit earlier. You can see, well, that's where I'm failing, that the knife actually cuts it pretty nicely. And cutting phone book paper, just so you know, is a very good test of sharpness. And so you can see that this knife went from, here's what I was doing before when I was testing to get ready for this video, a lot of ripping and really rough cutting. And now you're getting nice clean cuts. So the blade is considerably sharper than it was before. And this probably isn't perfect. I'll be honest, I would want to take this knife, and probably will, and touch it up with an actual strop. But for, if I'm away or if I don't have immediate access to my sharpening stuff, that'll do the trick. And just with a coffee cup and a piece of leather, or even the palm of your hand, which, right, they're both skin, you can get a passable edge on your knife to where now it's functional. Use it for the few days that you need it, and now when you get back to maybe your house or wherever you're going, you can get an actual sharpening stone and fix it right. But puts a pretty good edge for the time being. So that's a little tip for you. I hope that helps somebody. It was kind of interesting to me, and so I thought I'd share it. I'll talk to you later, YouTube.